Joining EXP can be a disaster. It can go really terribly wrong, or it can go really terribly right. And what I want to do today is explain two things. I'm just going to make it real simple. Here's the two things that matter when you're joining EXP between the difference between having a great experience and having a terrible experience. It comes down to two very simple things. And so I want to walk you through those today. My name is John Glutch, and I am the team leader of the Glutch Group. We have a team in both Phoenix and San Diego. So I want to kind of walk you through really simply what makes the difference between a great experience at EXP and a terrible one. First of all, you have to know a little bit about the brokerage. I'm going to keep this real simple and assume you have some working knowledge of how EXP works, but here's the basic difference. You know, most brokerage models, the agents are selling houses, they're paying broker fees up to the brokerage, and the broker's got to pay, middle managers, branch managers, owners, regional vice presidents, whatever. They got to pay for billboards and hot air balloons and all the other crap they got to pay for, right? So that's how the traditional model works. EXP is very different in that you've got half the money going to the brokerage, to EXP. The other half goes to agents, right? The agents who recruited people to EXP. So whoever it is that recruited someone to EXP, they get paid just like this, right? So again, this can be a little overwhelming, but I'll keep it real simple. If I recruited you, you're listening to this video, and you sold, a few houses, you capped at EXP, you cap at 16,000 if you're not on a team. It's less if you're on a team, but if you're not on a team, the most you're going to pay EXP is 16 grand, and then you go to 100% with some small transaction fees in there. Of that 16 grand, I'm going to get 2,800. The person who recruited me, they're going to get 3,200. The person who recruited her is going to get 2,000, 1,200, 800, etc., all the way up. And so here's my group, right? Here are those people. So in my case, I sell a house. Jen Wayner, she recruited me, and I'm so thankful to her for that. And she's going to get $2,800, right? I cap the person who recruited her, Kyle Whistle. Go back to that chart. He's going to get $3,200, right? Because I'm his tier 2. Jen recruited me, he recruited Jen, etc. So this is crazy because what happens is now all those people, here's the little line, here's the people above me. All those people make money when I sell a house. And we've got some monsters on this board. These are people who are incredibly good salespeople. And that's thing number one. Who you join at EXP, the person who sponsors you, that's the most critical decision you're ever going to make when you join a brokerage, in particular EXP, is who sponsors you. Because if you join under a group of killers, a group of monsters, people selling houses, you're going to sell a lot more houses. If you join under a bunch of bozos, and of course there are bozos. We've got 70,000 realtors. As when I'm making this video, it'll probably be more by the time you watch it. And a lot of them are bozos, right? That's just normal. It's the law of nature, right? So you want to join under people who really, really know how to sell houses. So that's thing number one is like, who you join under matters. And those people have to be very good salespeople. And I'm so lucky because the people I joined under, I didn't know the gravity of this decision when I made it. I didn't know how big a deal it was. Now that I'm in, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Here's the second thing is, do those people who sell a lot of houses have systems set up, ongoing systems, not like intentions or ideas, but ongoing systems to help you sell more houses, right? Because if I was just good at selling houses and Jen was and Kyle was, but we were like kept our, everything to ourselves, then that doesn't help you, right? Like you need a system. You need to know that we got a plan to help you go sell more houses, right? Because like right now in my group at EXP, I got like 80 people in my group. I can't help 80 people every day, right? So we need a system. We need a plan that's scalable to help all those other people out. And so this is what we have at our group. We have a Monday morning mastermind, which is incredible every Monday. Everyone gets on and shares their best ideas. Dan and Kyle lead this. Those guys did like $10 million last year in commissions, which is freaking crazy. And they have this Monday mastermind where anybody, there's usually about 150, 200 people on the group, can submit questions. And they and I and other top producers on the group will answer. And so I just screenshot one day, Dan, Kyle, we got Kenny Trung, who's did like 1,000 deals last year. Kurt Schul did 750 in Detroit. It's like, just all the amount of mental horsepower on these calls, people who are willing to chime in and help you grow is just crazy. And this is just one example. There's in-person events. We've got Facebook groups. We've got chats. We've got, just a million ways that this group of human beings who are incredible have systemized, like we want you to have access to the best ideas, the top talent, everything you can imagine. And I've done other videos. I did my year in review of EXP where I got into real detail on how exactly all this gets shared and how all of this great information helped me to hockey stick my revenue from 70 million in sales to 150 million in sales in 1 year, the year I joined EXP. How did that happen? I've got a whole video about that. But suffice to say, you want to join the right group who A, sells houses, B, knows how to teach you how to sell houses and has a system how to do it. They're not just good at it. And then finally, what's really important is if you're going to recruit, if you're considering joining EXP, not just so you could sell more houses, but also so that you can create some revenue share. So all that money that these people are getting, you want a piece of that, right? Like maybe you want to get a few people below you who you can make some revenue off of. So this is my little group here. And this is my check next month's going to be $5,000. Last year, my first year in, I made like $32,000 in revenue share. So this is just money I'm getting paid for the people I recruited and the people they recruited to EXP, right? So I got 26 people to join and they had 27 people who joined and they've had 11 people who joined and then one, and this is just 1 year in, right? I'm at 65 people. This is crazy. So, I think next year, very likely that'll be $100,000 in revenue. And that's passive. That's not like me out there going on appointments. That's agents out there selling houses, paying their revenue to EXP, and EXP gives me a piece. So that's pretty cool. If you're interested in that, not everybody is, but if you're interested in that, you better join a group of people who know how to help you recruit because you're new at this. You probably never recruited anyone, or maybe a few team members, people on your team, but you've never tried to get anyone to your brokerage. Maybe you recruited a few people on accident. You got a Starbucks card, right? Well, this is like real money, right? This like the money I earned from this pays for like my house payment, my Escalade payment. That's all paid for by EXP. So selling a house is just gravy. Maybe you want some of that. Okay. How can we help you do that? You better join a group that can do that. And here's what I'm super proud of is at EXP, only 12% of people earn revenue share, meaning of the 70,000 as of this recording people at EXP, 12% of those people are actually have ever recruited anybody. So most people aren't doing any recruiting because they're busy, whatever. They're selling houses. They haven't seen the light, haven't seen the vision. That's fine. But the 12% people who are recruiting are really making a lot of money because there's 88% of the people leaving a lot of money on the table. So that's money for us to clean up. Fantastic. So why does that matter to you? Well, I'm very proud of the fact that statistically, I have a much higher rate of people who have actually recruited someone. So let me pull up my numbers. I can show you exactly live here. Let me pull everybody up. Okay, let me sort these here. Pause for 1 second. Okay, here we go. So here's all the people I recruited, the level 1 folks there. That's people that I have directly recruited. And as we scroll down here, okay, so here's all the people starting level 2, so the people that they have recruited. Now, here's the thing. If statistically only 12% of the people are recruiting, then statistically only 12% of the people I have recruited should be recruiting anyone. Let's see if those numbers hold up, right? Okay, here's one person that recruited somebody, Brad. Okay, there's Brian, that's 2. And then we've got Caleb, that is 3. We've got Curtis, that's 4. We've got Daniel, that's 5. Eva, that's 6. And Garrett, that's 7. Herman, that's 8. Jacob, that's 9. Kim, that's 10. Taylor, that's 11. And Chris, that's 12. And then Benjamin, that's 13. And now we're getting down to the next level down. Deb's in my next level. So that's 13 people. So she doesn't count because I didn't directly recruit her, right? So 13 people out of my group are recruiting. Well, how many do I have on the top? 26. So 13, what's 13 divided by 26? That is 50. Well, I should have been able to do that math. 50%. So way, way higher percentage of my people are recruiting. Now, that's 26 people that I've recruited, period. Of those, 18 are what we call FLQA, meaning they're actually selling houses. Like of these FLA, some of those people are like people who just never quite worked, like a transaction coordinator we hired who never quite worked out, like who's never selling houses, never recruiting anyone. Doesn't really count, in my opinion, for these statistics. So, but I want to give myself, the worst possible comparison. Worst case scenario, I'm at 50% of my people are recruiting. Best case, if you really only count the people who I recruited who actually are in the game, then, gosh, that's much higher. That's 13 divided by 18. That is 72%. So statistically, if you join under me and the group I'm a part of, who's helped me become a good recruiter, you're far, far more likely, like 3.5 times more likely to be successful recruiting than if you join the average agent, right? So those are the two things. Join a group of people who A, sell houses, B, know how to recruit, and then importantly, know how to translate those skills so that you can do it too, so that you can be successful. So as far as how I'm helping people do this, we have a recurring recruiting meeting where everyone can come and join. I'm sharing exactly how to do it. We work live on the call, work through the exact process of how to do this. And recruiting can sound a little scary, but it's not. I'm telling you, it's so simple. You just tell your story. You invite people to the mastermind we do on Monday and leave the rest to me. It's fantastic. We're here to help. So that is my summary of how you avoid the biggest mistake you could possibly make, which would be joining EXP under the wrong group. In fact, I've had people who joined someone at EXP, had a terrible experience, quit, and then joined 6 months later, because you have to wait 6 months to switch sponsors, waited 6 months and then joined under me, and have now had an incredible story. I'm happy to connect you to those people for the testimonies. So it's a big deal. Make sure you join the right group. Hope this helps you in your big decision. Come join us. We'd love to help you be successful. Thanks.